I want to dedicate these recordings to the subscribers stroke viewers of my YouTube channel. And I also want to dedicate it to dedicate this video to the Almighty God who has made 2024 be a year to remember. Since I was born, when my obituary will be read, I want it to be remembered that 2024 was a very remarkable year for me. Of course, we have several years which I can say are remembrance, but I'm very sure 2024 is one of them. They say it is on the podium. And this one, I only thank two entities. I only thank two entities. I want to thank the Almighty God, Muumba Bingu na Dunia. And I want to thank my subscribers, who are also my viewers, for making it unbelievable. I record this thing on 31st December 2024. It means that next time I'll be seeing that sun, it will be 2025. So I want to dedicate my 2024 to my subscribers, stroke viewers, who made the year very remarkable to me. And as I say thank you to my subscribers, I want to say thank you to the Almighty God, because He is the one who made these subscribers take most of their time and interest into me. So as I thank the subscribers and the viewers, I thank Him who enabled them to see me, enabled them to buy bundles, enabled them to send something in my till number. I am humbled, and I'll always do that. I'm approaching mid-60s, but I'll talk of the last half a century. I have grown up in the last half a century believing that, and praying and hoping that the first of every year, 1st January of every year, I have always prayed that on such a date, nothing happens. I am always a believer that anything happening bad on 1st January, the year will be terrible. I will tell you of a very terrible thing that happened to me on 1st January 2024. It was a Monday. But through God, directly and indirectly, through you, my viewer and my subscriber, 2024 became one of my best years since I was, or okay, let's say one of my best days in the last 50 years. Why not others? The other years, I don't think I'm capable of even remembering or even classifying those years. I hope you understand. Now, I want to give you two examples of the year starting and how it ended. The second one, I've said it is 2024. The first one was 2017. A fellow called Edward Sitati Kakai came to my house the first day of January 2017. He came, he was very drunk. He came and caused sins or whatever. He did a lot of things. And I had employed him as There are so many ants here, safari ants. So he came to my house drunk, misbehaving and whatever, and I tried to talk to him. He was not listening. He was so much, he was misbehaving, and that was 1st January 2017. I can tell you that in my life, 2017 could also be classified as one of my worst years. Two of my sons became sick and almost died. That's 2017. One even ended up in the ICU. Actually, the one who ended up in the ICU was doing his standard 8. And he was bedridden from April to October. He left school. He left school. He left the hospital bed a few days to his KCPE. The other one got cured a bit earlier. And then just in December, another one got drunk, was high, my own son. That is why I usually tell Gen Z that you are a generation where you think you come first. What matters is what you say. So this son of mine is also your age mate. He was high on changa and bang, or even something worse than that. And he entered a bar, wanted to fight some 4 people. They beat him and left him for dead. And he was admitted in a hospital in Outer Ring. So you see, and when you tell him, you say, I tell him, you remember, you see the way even when your grandfather, before he died, whenever he used to talk, I say, that is your time, our time. You tell him, stop mambo ya bangi na changa, he doesn't listen. But when he's called when it is you who gets the call that your son, first of all, that year he took poison and was admitted at Mbagathi, no, Yambagathi District Hospital. He took poison and he wanted to die. The mid-year, then towards the end of the year, he was high on whatever high he was. Then he went to a bar and started fighting 4 people who were less drunk and who were more reasonable. Less drunk, more reasonable. They beat him up and left him for dead. I had to be called to get him admitted in a hospital along Outer Ring, just somewhere near opposite Pipeline, or I don't know the place very well. But if you take the highway there, it is to the east of the highway, and east of the highway. That is where the hospital is, and he was admitted unconscious. So that is how 2017 started. Somebody coming to me drunk and reasonable, doing whatever, ABCD, doesn't want to hear anything. And my company, in all definitions, my security company, I could say it collapsed that year. So you can see that is somebody who came to me on 1st January. Then this year, 2027, at around 2 p.m., I went to a cyber place. I'd forgotten that on 1st January is a public holiday and the cybers were closed. I called the cyber owner and he said that he'd come in an hour's time. So, but then there was a free Wi-Fi there. So I was using the free Wi-Fi as I was waiting. A member of the National Police Service came with 2 thugs and beat me up. And when he was beating me up, I told him that there is a CCTV which is monitoring. He even told them, kwani utafanya nini? They carried me up to where the focal point of the CCTV. And then there were so many people crowding. outside there. And then he told them, okay, tuweke kwa boot. He had a private white vehicle, and I was being taken to a boot. I just hope somebody took that video, because nowadays any commotion, people do it. What you see in the newspapers as people are being abducted, that is what was happening to me. Then the crowd which was there, of course they knew him, because he guards a bank near there. So they confronted him and said, where are you taking him? Said we are taking him to certain police station. He said, but the area that the incident is happening is the other police station area. That is when I was left. As I speak now, the issue is taking ages, and I know it is taking ages with an intention. Very many intention. One intention is many people, after complaining, especially against police, they usually wish the thing is taken so long such that you leave it. And the other thing is they are trying to look for a time when I'll misspeak. And then when I misspeak, and then they take that as an excuse of not taking action. But as I speak now, I pour, and is it called Brian Agina of the NTV is aware of the case. So let me give them time, and let me not give them excuse to say why they don't. Something happens 365 days later, nothing is done, and then one day something you do one thing, then they take that one to be as if it is the felony, but the felony they call it misdemeanor, isn't it? So that is how the year started, and as I've said, I've grown up. It is up to this year that I've come to change my mind. I've come to change my mind to say that the year can start very badly for you, and it ends very different from you. That was January 1st, this year 2022. It rose up to an extent that in a day, uh, I could get even 100 new subscribers into my new channel, into my channel, video channel. I can also say that on November 2023, I had appeared in the Dr. Kingori, NTV Dr. Kingori Wicked Edition. It is from the time of the Wicked Edition in November 2023 that my subscription and watching hours started increasing. And when this thing happened on 1st January, you know, when there are conditions for your YouTube to start paying you. One condition is that you have to have 1,000 subscribers. Then when you have 1,000 subscribers, then the next thing is you have to have, I can't remember, but I think 5,000. I think it is 5,000 view hours, but I can't recall the hours. So at the time when these things were happening, the subscription was shooting up. I said that the subscription is supposed to be 1,000 total. And then starting in January this year, there was a time when I was getting 100 subscriptions per day, which 100 new subscriptions per day, which means in a week I was getting 700, which means in 10 days I was getting enough to new subscribers for payment. And in January 1st, I had not yet. You know, once you fulfill the two conditions of 1,000 subscribers and is it 4,000 or 5,000 watch hours? When you have gotten that, then that is when they send by post, not by email or anything. They send by post documents for you to sign. Then you send them back. You see, it takes time. And then but you see, once you hit 1,000, even if it takes time for your documentation to go and come back, it means that whatever you're earning is piling up. I wanted to tell you that it is piling up. So if I were to tell you what I got in January, February, and March, you'd not believe. It was like a loan. It was like a loan. Uh, it is up to March that my YouTube was hacked. But during those time, January, February, and March, I was getting. I had signed mine to get through euros. If your YouTube subscription gets it, then I would advise that you get it through euros, because we know people who have subscribed to be paid in Kenyan shillings. There are those who have subscribed to be paid in dollars, but I was advised to subscribe in euros, and I would advise somebody who is starting also to subscribe in euros. Uh, After recovering it, uh, I'm getting the highest I get is a quarter of what I used to get. It has not gone back to the first 3 months subscription. Uh, but one thing I noticed after my YouTube was hacked, somebody came, approached me through Messenger, a DM. He DM'd me and even sent a few of my videos. He had, from my first video, he had recorded all of them to the time when it was hacked. He had recorded all of them in audio. So he wanted two things from me. He wanted me to send him a still picture of myself and also a written permission for him to use my audios from the hacked YouTube, use them, and now transfer those to his YouTube. I don't know. You see, could he be also related to the hacking? Because even when I'm talking to you, I know some people, which is okay. It is allowed. Some people, I've even met some people who download my videos and watch it at their own time. YouTube allows that. I also allowed that. But this is somebody who from day one started transferring my videos into audios. He transferred them into audios, and immediately my YouTube was hacked. He Immediately my YouTube was hacked. He was coming up with this request. I've always seen, especially political assassinations in Kenya, you find that somebody dies. Gama Pinto died, a friend of his rushed, burned a lot of documents of his. JM Karaoke died, Lee, Lee Muthoga came, burned a lot of people. Jacob Juma died, Jimmy Wanjigi came, took away files, and he has never returned. We don't know whether he destroyed them or not. There is always this person who is hanging around you. And if you ask me who killed those people, I can always say that those people who had that moment of, even instead of consoling the affected, they're already coming up with brand ideas. Uh, I don't know how I don't know how I can explain more than that. How somebody can just come up, you're still shocked, you don't know whom you'll contact. Uh, I don't know whom you'll contact to assist you recover your YouTube, but he has already done that. There is this boy called Justin Chwea. Uh, I call him my son. He minds me, him, he minds about me as if he was my own son. Mzangili, Justin Chwea, and Baba Gaston. Let me just call him Baba Gaston, or Ilunga wa Ilunga. uh, or are the two people who assisted me to recover my channel, and not just to recover my channel. There was counseling, unaanza kupata so much, thousands of shillings, and then suddenly your YouTube channel inakuwa hacked. You start wondering, the money you have ikiisha, where else will you get another money? And you had gotten a source of income which was constant and reliable. As I've said, my YouTube is back, but it is in the best it performs is a quarter of what it was performing before it was hacked. I want to thank the Almighty God for all that He did for me. I want to thank my subscribers and viewers, especially those who pay something into the till number. If I, who is considered to be up there, in you know, when you walk around, and when I'm walking around, people say, "Ah, we do the jam YouTube." People even call me, if I see what I get, and then I ask myself, what about these young people who rely on YouTube and they do not have as many subscribers as I have, and people don't watch their channels as much as those who watch mine? Do they really survive? If I have a problem surviving on this, and yet I have 43,000 subscribers. So that one also brings me to tell you something. Kindly, please, if you see a YouTube subscriber giving you a till number, assist him or her in sending something to the till number. If I were to give you and that is one of the problems that the Gen Z had with Ruto. Ruto was saying that in future he's going to tax these this YouTube, TikTok, and whatever. I can tell you that very few TikTok people and very few YouTube people hit more than 10,000 per month. Very few. And they spend a lot of time, a lot of energy editing bundles. Talk about 10,000. Take 2,000 to be Wi-Fi. Take another 1,000 for electricity. That is 3,000. Now get somebody getting 9,000, remaining 6,000. And Ruto was saying that he's going to tax those things. That is one of the reasons why Gen Z went out. And many people think, I've met a lot of people. There was somebody I met who told me that he apologized for not sending anything to my till number because he has no money. And then he told me that instead of that, why can't we go? Why can't we go to a hotel here? I buy you a cup of tea. We went to the hotel. Um, before the waitress came to ask what we were to take, I told her, okay, we are talking. And then I looked at the menu on the wall. The menu on the wall said that tea is 20 shillings. So in my mind, the fellow would, I knew that the fellow would pay 20 shillings for my tea. He's just next to me. He was to pay for me 20 shillings tea. And then I told him, instead of buying me tea, why don't you go to the till number? I gave him till number and he sent the 20 shillings there. I was calculating this way, that him whom I'm meeting can give me the 20 shillings or can buy me 20 shillings tea. But what of him or her who is very far and wants to give me 20 shillings? Send it to the till number. I know people say, what? But 20 shillings is not something to send through M-Pesa or anything. Let me tell you, on average, my video is watched 1,000, 2,000, and if it goes well, 3,000 times. One video is watched 3,000 times. Let us take, it is watched by 1,000 people. And of the 1,000 people, 100 want to send me 20 shillings. 100 want to send me 20 shillings. That is 2,000 shillings. Now, 2,000 in a month, that is 60,000. I want to ask any Kenyan, how many Kenyans earn 60,000 per month? That is the salary of a police inspector. So please, not just me, But any of the YouTube channels that you are impressed with, just send something small. Just send something small. You think that it is only you sending. No, you are 100 people, but you are scared of sending 20 shillings. But if the 20, if the 100 people just forgot that and sent the 20 shillings, it would make that young person get money. I hope I'm clear there, because I know a lot of many people uh, do fear. Sasa 20 shillings ama 50 shillings ni kitu ya kutumia mtu. Send that one. If all of you think of that and you say, in fact, I would even recommend 5 shillings. But I understand if you send 5 shillings in M-Pesa, M-Pesa rejects. It is below the amount you are supposed to send. But if it is 5 shillings and it is 200 people, that is 1,000 shillings. How many people, how many mamambogas get 1,000 shillings a day? So that is what I would say. I would also want to clarify one thing, because some people even go to an extent of saying that I use a lot of time in defending myself. One thing, I want to talk to you, young person, somebody who went to school without paying fees when Kibaki took over. Uh, I know there is age groups where I know of somebody, in school, in the Kenyan system, somebody goes to school for 9 months and 3 months he rests. I know somebody who used to be sent home such that he spent nine months at home and 3 months in school. Is it because you went to school free, Kibaki free education, that you have that sense of entitlement? And I'm also seeing a problem where even if the devil today came and said it is anti-government, you people will support it. I talked of this thing. I even said Samuel Macron is a fake person, and you really mzee unaona wivu sijui nini, but now you have seen kina Morara is now swimming in money. Please be careful with these people because people have studied you and they know that. Just speak that you are anti-government, and then do what? You will be supported. And among the people you people really are worshipping right now is somebody who 13 months ago, he was saying that Kenya should not be developed. Kenya should be developed not equally. It should be developed according to shares. This is a very same person. This is a very same person who oversaw his brothers writing his will, and the brothers said that upon his death, a certain hotel in Kilifi should be sold, and the money gotten will be divided in the following. Our mother gets, is it 5%? Who gets what? The brother really talked. He gave out the real figure. I think there's even some money he said should go to charity. And what did he do to the hotel of his brother, which is in Kilifi? He took it. He took it and gave it to his sons. And one of the sons whom he was giving that hotel was 17 years old. This is somebody, when he was what he was, and we come from the same village, from Hiriga to Kayaba. Those who are from Madeira can tell me. In fact, if I block the road, he can't go to Nairobi because he has to pass through my place. But this is somebody. Have you ever taken a loan? Have you ever asked yourself why we have people who are called Shylocks? A Shylock gives you 2,000, and at the end of the day, you pay more than 10,000. I saw on TV the other time a girl who took a quick loan, and she told her Shylock that her mother was sick with high blood pressure, and they demanded 5 times what she had asked for, and they were even telling her that you said your mother had high blood pressure. Now we'll start harassing her. We'll start harassing her with an intention of quickening her death. That is how you, when you want to get a loan, you'll do. But this is somebody who used his office to get loans for his sons, and started companies that were registered in his official residence and his official. I'm not saying that Ruto is an angel. I'm not saying Ruto is an angel. I will tell you that the first of all, Ruto. The problem with Ruto is grabbing. He once said that he's an admirer. He said that Kibaki is the best president Kenya will ever have. If he believes in that, then he should look for somebody to advise him about Jomo Kenyatta and Mwai Kibaki. Mwai Kibaki, because of political whatever, the 2005 referendum and then the 2007 election and whatever. But Jomo Kenyatta, we knew which minister was which minister, because when you are placed, Isaac Omolo Okero, transport and telecommunication, William Ogutu, minister for wildlife. A minister used to be Kibaki, minister for finance and planning. A minister used to be given a ministry, and the president now is explaining everything. He goes and explains about SHA, things that has got to do with the Ministry of Health. He goes and explains about university funding, and he has a minister for how then will we know if the minister is not working? If you are if you are actually, who is this prime cabinet secretary, Mudavadi? If Ruto is the prime cabinet secretary, then that is wrong. That is wrong. But then we are having a problem, and that is the problem that Kenya will ever have forever. The problem that Kenya is having is that when you go there to castigate the government and talk, what do you call, na sauti ya juu kushinda everybody else, then we, huyo ni wetu. Even when telltale signs are showing that Macroe Saka Samuel is now, he wants to contest for a seat. And then Morara, he started a political party called Injection, and he's everything. And when they want to tell him how much money has been paid into the accounts of that, he chases those people. So I want to also to talk to. I know a lot of Gen Zs listen to me, and have made me their unofficial history teacher. Kindly get it from me that there is nothing better than two things: respect, respect, and the second thing is the truth. Respect and the truth. You have come up with a system where you mnatukana watu, and then you find people saying wacha kwa kutukane tu sijui nini. Jaribu ku understand, this is the generation that went to school without paying fees, so they think they're entitled. I was never in a seminary. I was at GSU training school. But all in all, let us talk facts. Let us talk facts. Let us be respectful in the way we talk. Somebody was asking me, hey, mzee, uliokota wapi hiyo nini? Uliokota wapi hiyo t-shirt ya WWE? I answered him until he said pole mzee. Because you you think unaweza nitukana using unprintable alafu mimi ninyamaze, and because you are you are educated during a generation when you feel you are entitled to everything. No. You come to me respectively, I'll go back to respectively to you. You come back to unprintables, I am the encyclopedia of unprintable. But most importantly, this channel is meant for exchange of ideas, but not exchanges of abuses. If you are in your heart of heart, you believe I'm pro Ruto, is that an offense? And if it is an offense, talk to your lawyer. Let him sue me. But bring your point, I bring my point. At the end of the day, we greet each other. Remember, I still insist, remember, for the sake of myself, and then especially for the sake of the upcoming young YouTubers who spend a lot of time and they exchange very good ideas. I gained a lot of from them. There is one who, who who translates Lingala in a very effortless way. It's called Mobali Yabato. But look at a video that Mobali Yabato has has translated using all the technology, using all the powers and whatever. You find that it has been watched by 200 people. 200 people. And I said, on a bad day, people watch 1,000 of mine. So that is why I'm telling you, not only just me, but please start with me. But not only me, but if you find somebody has good material, place there something in his or her till number. Till we meet again next year, thank you and thank God. I want to thank God for keeping you alive, keeping you sane, keeping you normal, and keeping you liking my YouTube. As I repeat it again for umpteenth time, 2024 has been a very good year for me, especially when it started with an attempted abduction. Those videos you see on TV of people being abducted and placed behind car boots, I nearly faced that on first of it was on Monday, 2 p.m., 1st of January 2024. Have a nice time. Happy New Year.